Hi, how are you? This is Yamil with Divorce in Florida Online, and today I wanted to make a video to answer most of the questions that we've been receiving through the DMs and texting and calling. All right, so the first question is it legal to get a divorce without going to court? It is legal in the state of Florida. We actually work with a courthouse that has been doing this for quite a long time, and which is in Fort Myers. And yeah, it's amazing. What they do is that they created a special affidavit, and that affidavit contains the questions the judge would have asked in person. As long as it meets all the requirements and all the paperwork is done correctly, the judge will sign the final judgment and send it to you in the mail. That is really that simple. All right, and you can also look up, by the way, if you go No Court Hearing Divorce Florida, you see that we're not the only providers of this service. There's many other providers out there. Number two, I got married in another country state. Can I still get divorced in Florida? Absolutely. Per the law, when you can obviously look it up on Google, the law indicates that you must live in the state of Florida for the last 6 months in order to get divorced in Florida. We have helped people that got married in China. That was interesting looking at the paper. In Cuba, obviously they can go back there to get divorced there. We help a lot of people get divorced in the state of Florida that were not married in the state of Florida. And by the way, if you're going through an immigration status change or doing some kind of immigration paper, they truly do prefer certain divorce final judgments. We've helped a lot of people that got divorced, for example, in Santo Domingo, where maybe about 10 years ago it was the thing. You would get what they call divorcio al vapor, which means steam divorce, meaning you would hire an attorney in Santo Domingo and within a week or two you'll get the divorce paper in the mail. The challenge is that those divorces, when it came down to immigration was not taking them. So they've had to come to me and say, I got divorced in Santo Domingo, but immigration won't accept it. I need a divorce here. So, just keep that in mind, okay? Next question is, I don't know where my spouse is. Can I still use this divorce process? Yes, you can. But there are restrictions. If you have children, no. If you have any property that needs to be changed or, the titles and all that, no. It needs to be a divorce with no children and no property. Then yes, we can help you do that. And it does take 60 days, around 60 days. It could take a little more depending on the judge that you get, but usually the average is about 60 days. Next question. I don't have legal papers. Can I still get a divorce? Yes, you can. There is a couple of things that you need to keep in mind if you don't have immigration papers from United States. Is that number one, when you go to a notary, the notary should be asking for some kind of ID. So if you don't have a Florida ID, but maybe you have your passport, that's perfectly acceptable. Some notaries, make sure that the passport's still valid. So just keep that in mind. And also, but you may also, I tell all my clients, hey, put it out on Facebook. Maybe somebody that is in your Facebook friends, maybe a notary. And then you wouldn't, they can do, like if they know you personally, then they can notarize them for you. But you have to sign them in front of them. Just remember that. Okay, another thing is that the judges require to prove that you have lived in the state of Florida for more than 6 months. There's two ways of doing it. It's either with a driver's license, and if you don't have papers, of course you don't have a driver's license, or an affidavit of witness. So if that's the case, you just let us know. We'll prepare the affidavit of witness, and then whoever is your witness saying that you have lived here longer than 6 months will need to sign it in front of a notary and then send it back to me, and we'll file it in court. And there you go, and that's your requirement met. So it's absolutely possible. Next question. I don't have a printer. Can you print and mail them to us? Absolutely, at no cost. We'll definitely do that. Just let us know when you get the email with the documents. Let us know, and we'll be happy to send you the documents to your print them and send them to your address. And if both of you live separate, we'll do it for both of you. That's not a problem at all. Number 6, why are you so expensive? Okay. There are companies out there. Our competition does we do 2 payments, right? And it's because the process kind of really divides into 2 segments. So the first step is preparing the documents. So the first payment pays for the preparing of the documents. And then the second payment pays to help us push it through in the court and get the judge to sign the final judgment. The companies out there that do kind of what we do, they do the step 1. They don't do step 2. And what we have found, and I've been doing this for almost 10 years, is that many notaries fail to either sign every page that they need to sign or stamp every page they're supposed to stamp. There are a couple of documents, like usually there's one that doesn't need a notary, which is basically a disclaimer understanding that I'm not an attorney, that I'm a document preparer, which by the way, I should have said that in the beginning of the video. So no, I'm not an attorney and I'm not a paralegal. Paralegals only can work for attorneys. I'm a document preparer, legal document preparer. That's my title. All right, so we make sure that when the documents go to the judge, they have met everything is correct so that the timeline stays as true as possible. Obviously, we cannot promise anything. That's up to the judge when he signs it or her. But our goal is to make sure that the paperwork is ready to go so there's less delays. With that said, of course, we'll have control with the process. But our competitors, they do step 1 and then they give you instructions on how you take care of step 2. So they only charge half of what we charge because of that. Because what they do is just prepare the documents given to you. You sign them, but then you need to turn them into court and whatnot. And if there's any issues, it's up to you. They're not going to be able to help you because they're not involved in that step of the process. They're a great opportunity for them, and there's a great opportunity for you if you're confident that you can follow that, and that's fine. But we're just different. We're different. My job is to help you get divorced. And I want to be there until the end. I want to be there every step of the way. So that's really the difference between us and them. And that's really it. Okay, so, all right. So those are 6 questions. If you have any questions that I did not address, please call us 1-800-474-1970 or our website, divorceinfloridaonline.com. I hope you have a great day, and I hope to see you around. Thank you.